All right, so let's get going. I am going to take you with me through the process of making treats in the sense of a last minute request. And honestly, this was a request from our town mayor. I was planning on making additional desserts for this weekend, but not necessarily the cheesecake cups that I was going to make. I was going back and forth, but I know his wife likes the cheesecake, and I think it'd be nice. I'm very flattered that they want to share the treats that I make with some of their friends that they're visiting with. And so I thought it would be nice to do some cheesecake cups that'll be easy to travel with, since they'll be traveling with them for about 30 minutes or so. Anyways, if this is your first time joining me, I know this might seem like a weird video and a weird way to start. My name is Carmen, and I am your dork, I think, to share this stuff with you. But I want you to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And basically, I am the creator of One Tasty Treat Dessert Studio. And what we do in this channel basically is give you information on reviews, product reviews, tutorials, things that I've learned to make, things that I want to know how to make. And this is mainly for beginner hobby bakers. And I say beginners because I know that the more you learn, the more you practice, the more you want to grow your skills. There's definitely bigger experts out there. There's people who are very, very talented. And so I thought I would focus more in the area of those of you who might be at the point where I was in the beginning, which is like, what really happens? What really do you need to do? And this is a perfect example of, if you're interested in starting a side gig of doing this, this is one of those perfect examples of how you spend more money when you go shop retail and when you're doing things at the last minute. Because now you have to go to a regular store and buy, at regular prices. So your profit margin then becomes much lower. But again, for me, I think it's just it was a special request. I like the mayor and his wife a lot. They're very nice people, and so I don't mind doing this at all. So yep, here we go. I'm going to take you basically through the journey of now when you're not prepared, or when you don't have the things in stock, like obviously more bakeries do. I mean, bakeries keep all of these things in stock. I am not a bakery, so therefore I don't have a lot of these supplies ready at hand. I usually will prepare and buy my things ahead of time so that I can get a good price on them. But I still don't carry a big bulk of things like most bakeries would. So here we go. Basically starting out my morning by going to buy the things that I need. And I'm going to go to my local Walmart, which is probably the closest city near me here, city type store. There is a small market here in town, but they don't have all of the ingredients that I need. So therefore, I can't just go there. Plus they haven't opened yet. It's still a bit early in the morning. And, but whenever possible, I like to shop local. As you can see, this is a very small town. I love this small town. I think it's very cute, old-fashioned. I'm very grateful to live here. But yeah, pretty much, a lot of people ask me, well, how do you know that you can do this? Or how do you make this? Or how do you make that? And I always tell people, I'm not creative. I just enjoy doing it, and anybody can do what I do if you enjoy it. I think we can all do whatever we want to do, honestly, if we enjoy doing it. Some people have used the example of, well, if I'm only 5 feet tall, I can't be a model. maybe not. There are shorter models, but at the end of the day, it's how you carry yourself. If this is something that interests you, that you like, and you know, you have that it factor, I'm pretty sure your height isn't going to necessarily be something that keeps you from modeling. Same would be with sports, if you wanted to be a basketball player. But I digress. So we had some rain earlier today, which just is making this day look much more gorgeous, honestly. A little bit humid, not too bad. Like I said, still early. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, what are you gonna do when you have an order? And mind you, this isn't even like a big order that I have to do, but it's something that I really want to do. And it actually got me to thinking, since I was gonna make the trip over to that store, that I can make some other treats. I have some red velvet cupcakes that I made a couple of days ago that I didn't decorate all of them. I only decorate them a certain amount per day that I'm going to sell at our other business. And so this is not a bakery business. I don't have a bakery business, but I enjoy baking and I make desserts for our customers in our other business. Anywho, so I have some red velvet cupcakes left. And what I'm thinking about doing with those is I'm thinking about making like some, I guess you would call them cake pop ice cream cones. And it sounds like a good idea in my head, so we'll see how those turn out. But basically I'm going to crumble up that red velvet cupcake and add some cream cheese, you know, buttercream a little bit just to help it stick. And then what I'm going to do is dip them in white chocolate. Once those dry out, I'm going to take the waffle cones, the little waffle cones, and do like a little bit of a ice cream looking drip around the rim. And then I'm going to, you know, maybe fill it up with a little bit of white chocolate inside the cone, so there's an extra little surprise when they bite into it. Maybe some sprinkles would be nice too inside. And then, ooh, even walnuts would be walnuts. Walnuts or pecans. Anyways, that would be nice to have a nice surprise in there. Maybe I'll do a mix of both. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll do it and show you. We'll see what turns out of that. And again, that's primarily what we do in this channel, is you just want to make something yummy, you know, whether it's for you, for your kids, for your friends, co-workers, or because you do want to venture out and sell. But why not give it a try? And I'll tell you one of the things that I think stopped me from creating things for a while. And the thing is that I don't like being wasteful. And I would always think I can't make something until I'm sure and positive this is going to turn out right, because I don't want to waste the material. I don't want to be wasteful. Because what if it tastes nasty, looks nasty? And then the more I did things, I realized, you know, you're gonna have to accept the fact that you're gonna have waste. Now the good thing is, when that waste is still yummy, and I've learned to get around that with people that I know. When I make something and I tell them, you know, do you want some ugly cake? I have some ugly cake. I have some ugly cookies. I have my ugly dessert. But the taste is great, you know, and that's because it flopped during the decorating process. It didn't turn out the way I wanted, whatever the case may be. But you know, you'll have friends that'll want to have it for the taste. They'll be like, man, yep, that's good. That was hard for me, because I'm like, if I can't present something that looks delicious, that you want to just devour the moment you see it, that's just really pretty or appealing to the eye, then I had issues with that. You know, I don't want to show it to anybody. I don't want to give it to anybody. I don't care how good it might taste. It looks nasty. Or at least it doesn't look the way I thought it was going to look, or that it should look. And I would be disappointed. But anyways, you're going to find you're going to have to go through material, because that's what this is what you do. You know, know, if you're making treats, you're going to have your flops, and you learn from those. You're like, oh, so this is what went wrong, and this is how I can make it better. And one of the things that has always been a constant that I've seen has been when I look at a video and I'm looking at a training or whatever, I've noticed that they'll say, but depending on where you live, the altitude and humidity and blah, 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 blah. So at the end of the day, it is really going to come down to you testing what you have, how your oven works, where you live, what stays, you know, how thick your frosting has to be if it's a whip frosting, and then how do you get it so that it still looks smooth and not crackly. Because there's this awesome flavored whip frosting that I make, but I know that if I over whip it when I pipe it, it's still a cute design, and I'm not sure if it has to do with the tip that I'm using, but I'll notice that it has like these little ridges around the swirl. And like I said, it looks cute, so that's worked to my advantage. But I know that I need to work on getting that frosting, that whipped frosting, just right, you know. And sometimes it comes out like, bam, fantastic. And other times, if I just look away for a second, you're at that point where it's already too thick. And when you pipe it, it's not going to come out smooth. Or too much air. So, you know, I think that more than anything, this is why I wanted to do this channel, because I want you to relax and just enjoy doing it because you enjoy doing it. I'm not gonna lie, it's an expensive hobby, for damn sure. You know, because I would see a video and be like, oh my god, that's so cute. So what tools are they using? And let me see. And a lot of the times they won't really share the information on the tools. They'll tell you the name, or you'll see the tool being used. A lot of videos are recorded with no voice that have some cute designs. And so, you know, I just try and look at the video again and again and observe and look at the detail of what they're doing, and then try and look for some similar tool, primarily on Amazon, and then, you know, just be like, okay, now I can make this dessert. But what happens? Life happens, you get busy, and you never make that dessert. So because of that, I've accumulated a whole bunch of knickknacks and gadgets that now I'm thinking like, okay, what the heck would I use this for again? And on some of them, I'm like, why did I buy this one? What was the dessert associated with this gadget that I wanted to make? And so I'll take you through those things. You know, if I have quite a bit of stuff that I think it's time to play with and make those mistakes and show you how it works. You know, because for example, there's some cute silicone molds that, you know, some people use with chocolate, other people use it with fondant, other people use it with modeling chocolate. And so I think you have to find what works for you and what you like. Personally, what I have found is that I was a huge fan of fondant cakes, the way they looked, or the way they look, sorry. But then at the end of the day, when I tried doing fondant, number one, I realized I didn't like the flavor. I just don't like the flavor. And I understand that the look can seem more elegant, if you will. I just don't. And I can't, in good faith, sell something or show off something, or, I don't know, you know, present something that I wouldn't eat, that I wouldn't like. You know, and I always strive for my cake to taste great, because, you know, that's something that sometimes people just look at and be like, oh, well, there's cake, or oh, okay, but by the time you go and cut the cake and pass it around, if it's a party, if it's kids, you know, kids will get into cakes, but again, it has to be the flavor. You can't just give crappy cake. There's such good cake out there. You don't want to give crappy cake. Anyways, you see how I go in many directions with this conversation, where we can go so many directions, and I would love to hear what questions you have, what doubts you have. And I'm so glad that I'm taking the time to make this video to show you, you know, a lot of the things that are going through my head while I'm driving to pick up stuff. I'm thinking of different ideas, or not only things that I have to do, you know, but it's a quiet time for me, so I appreciate this little break. Excuse me, I was yawning there. So yeah, I found that just wasn't the thing for me. And then as much as I enjoy making treats and baking, here's the irony. I have 3 kids and none of them are into sweets. Not a one. Not really. My son, now that he's older, you know, he'll be 20 and he'll just swallow the stuff that I make. And I'm like, dude, I can't have you as a tester if you're just going to swallow it and not taste it. I need you to dissect it and taste it. Because after a certain amount of time, I don't want to say become immune, but you kind of, you know, do. You know, it's like a lot of sweets and you can't eat all of it all the time. You have to still taste it, obviously. You know, but then the whole issue of weight is another issue if you want to get into that. So anyways, yeah, so I found that fondant cakes were not my thing. They can look very pretty and I give respect, but that just wasn't for me. Although I like working with it, I think that it's cute for the creative side. I could totally see myself making projects and sharing those with you, to giving it a try just because they look so freaking cute. Here's a good alternative that I found that I want to work more with, and that would be modeling chocolate, which is a nice little combination, and I like the flavor much more because you're using chocolate instead of the fondant. Oh my god, excuse me with this yawning. It's ridiculous, but it is early, so I'll forgive myself for yawning. And we're almost here, so I might get, well, not might, I will, because I don't want people to think I'm talking to myself, but I will stay silent and I'll keep recording. And basically I'm going to run into the store and grab the things that I need. I made a list so that hopefully I'll keep my blinders on and not go away from that path, because I tend to do that as well. But anyways, yeah. Even though I'm not a fan of fondant, I think there's a lot of cute things out there with fondant. What I want to do is try and find and see if modeling chocolate could work for me as the product I would use when trying to create something that someone would normally create in fondant. So here we are, and it only took us 15 minutes. You see, people lie when they tell you it's only a 10-minute drive to the city. It's 15 minutes. And here we are. It's not COVID, I promise. I'm just old and I have allergies in the morning. And I'm not delusional. I promise. Look at this parking lot. What are people doing so early here? Dang. And it doesn't help that they closed this first door. Now everybody's trying to get in through that other door. I'm fighting for the parking spaces that are nearby. I say this as I am eyeing someone that just took the spot I was going to take. No worries, there'll be more. I'm sure I'll find the perfect parking spot for me. Okay, so I came to the exact aisle that's in front of the entrance, which I'm sure will be packed. Oh, and here's another thing now. This is the city of Rochester, which has now made it mandatory that you wear face masks. They didn't have that before. People had the choice, and now everything's mandatory. Look at these people. Why throw the trash like that? It's nasty. Alright. And I always park in reverse because I am paranoid. So I always need to make sure I have a quick exit in case ish hits the fan. Alright, so let's see how we can do this. I'm about to stay quiet and just bring you along. Pull out my list here. Just so we can do this. And I will attempt to hold the camera in a position where I can show you what I'm getting. Okay. I might sound muffled now because I'm wearing this mask. So yet another, you know what? Actually, I could talk now because I have the mask, but I probably won't because people can still hear me. Let's go. There we go. Music playing here. Good morning. Good morning.
The best cream cheese frosting. Cookie aisle. So if this is a perfect example, if you think, why would anybody buy from you? If there's so many other great bakers, hobby bakers, bakeries out there. Well, look at this aisle. There's a whole bunch of cookies. And you think if there was only one best cookie, why would they have all of these others? Oh my gosh, we found it. It is strawberry wafer cookies. Now, mind you, I'm only going to use probably 4 of these cookies. The rest are going to go to my kids. And my son who actually eats it. Okay. Cream cheese. Buffalo yogurt. We'll take some queso fresco because I don't have any more at home. Oh, that's not fun. love is when food can be doctored up. Cheesecake filling. Don't use that. So what's the difference here? Oh, classic margarita. This is me doing what short people do. There we go. And I'm not getting these that are closer because these are light margarita mix. Alright. Shall we only have one strawberry? We have our strawberries, we have our cookie wafers, our cream cheese, small cheesecake, strawberry yogurt, and cream cheese frosting. We are done. A lot of people for it to be this early. or here. I'll just leave it here. I'm gonna hook you up while I go return my cart. Don't go anywhere, kiddos. I'll be back. All right. Wow, I totally don't like wearing masks. So let's keep this party going. So now, that was actually a quick trip, which doesn't usually happen with me. Let me hook you up here so I don't run out of battery. There we go. All right. So guess what? Now we go to Caribou because I would like some nice coffee as I am doing this work. So I really hope you're going to enjoy the treats we're going to make. So there's a couple of things that I grabbed that were not on my list, as you might have seen. The things on my list were strawberries, cream cheese frosting, and we'll talk about that on another video as far as, you know, getting it out of the can instead of making it yourself. This is for those cake pops, so I totally recommend the one from the can. And I got cream cheese flavor because I'm doing red velvet cake pops. So I had the strawberry wafer cookies and the mini cheesecake because that's the little decoration piece that goes over the cheesecake cup. I make my own cheesecake mix for it. It's the same cheesecake mix that I use for my apples, my stuffed apples, which is basically cream cheese, butter, and powdered sugar, equal parts of all three with a bit of vanilla. And obviously if you use vanilla, just real quickly, you know, that brown vanilla, it'll give you the flavor, but you have to watch out because if you put too much in there, I know there's some of us who like a lot of vanilla extract, it'll make your cream cheese come out a tad beige and not as white as it can be. So anyways, I found my items. I seem to have lost, I think I dropped one of the yogurts that I got. I got the strawberry cheesecake yogurt to give it a try. And I got the strawberry yogurt, but I think the strawberry yogurt must have fallen as I was driving and trying to hold the camera, and I didn't hear it. But when I was paying, I noticed I didn't have it in my cart anymore, so there you go.
the universe selected for me that I should be using the strawberry cheesecake flavored yogurt. And I'm going to add that to the cheesecake cup. I think it's just going to give it an extra little something, something. And I have the other ingredients at our taco shop, so I'll be able to use the strawberries and glaze from there. So, extra items that I got. I was looking for these caramel chips or chocolate chips with caramel, something like that, that somebody posted that they were on special for 80 cents a bag at Walmart. That was not the case at this Walmart. The bag was $1.98, which is about the price of a regular bag. I think regular bags are maybe $2 something. But at any rate, I figured, okay, I'm here, I might as well take some if they are on sale, and then figure out what I can use them for in other treats. They weren't on special, at least not low enough for me to buy something that I'm not really thinking about using right now, so I left it alone. But I did come across 2 different kinds of chips that I had not seen before, which were the espresso flavored ones and the Irish cream, Bailey's Irish cream flavored chips. Those 2 I immediately gravitated towards because I've made other treats that have Bailey's and another flavored, coffee flavor, like a mocha flavored cupcake that I think would be awesome to do something with these chips. So we'll see. But also the margarita mix. I don't want you to think I'm a lush. I do have a drink here and there, but these were for the taco shop. For some weird, strange reason, margarita mix, especially the traditional lime flavor, have been out of stock for quite a while, even from the company that we normally get for our taco shop from our vendor. So I found myself in the need of going to different stores to try and get it, but have not been very successful. And some of them are overpriced, to be quite frank, especially again because you're buying at retail. Walmart so far seems to have the lowest cost for the same product. So yep, I had to pile those on because I was down to my last 2 bottles at the taco shop, I noticed yesterday. So this is definitely going to give me maybe another week or 2 of margaritas for our customers. So anyways, I have to look at the pricing and see everything that I paid for you know, what my cost is to make each item. Now here's the deal. The items that I purchased today could go a long way as far as making me a profit if I were making as many as I could make with the product that I purchased. But because today is Saturday and we are closed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday with this whole COVID thing, I really will not be making a whole bunch of desserts that are going to sit there for these 3 days. So that's my dilemma, that I'm only going to be using to make 4 cheesecake cups what I purchased. You know, there are things that will hold, I guess, you know, the cream cheese. I don't know, we'll see, but that's like one of those downsides of doing things at the last minute, and buying stuff retail. But for now, oh my gosh, really? That's my 3rd yawn, y'all. Not good. When I felt like I slept, I think I slept 8 hours. Went to bed a little bit before 10 and got up at 6:30, so. You know what I wonder when I see these kinds of videos? If it's illegal for me to be recording people without their consent. But then again, how am I going to stop everybody and be like, hey, I'm recording a video? Are you okay with that? I guess when I edit the video, I can blur people's faces and license plate. So I guess I'll do that in editing. Another lovely task I have to figure out. But you know what? It's good to learn new things. You expand your mind. You get more creative with everything that you do. And that's not a bad thing, right? It can be a little frustrating sometimes in the beginning when we're learning something. You know what's really gonna suck is if I've been talking to myself all this time and this recording isn't capturing my audio. I don't like wearing my AirPods when I'm out and about because I feel like my ears are deformed and one of these things is gonna fall out, and they weren't cheap. But I'm hoping that the audio would be better. So you let me know in the comments if the audio was fine. You're probably gonna be in the comments like, this video is freaking boring, but take it as an opportunity for us to have this conversation, you know, of the things that you're doing. And not only that, but that there's the lesson right there. Look at the time you're spending on having to do these things. So when you think about what sets you apart from a Walmart cupcake or a Sam's cupcake or cake, this is what sets you apart. That your work is personalized. That yes, you could be going to a store to buy the ingredients to get some help and doctor it up, you know, like I'm doing with the little cheesecake and with the frosting or whatever. But anybody can get all of the ingredients of everything, right? It's how you put it together that's going to make the difference in the flavor of what you're making. And that's what sets you apart. Not only that, that it is freshly made. Let's see. Let me place this order real quick. Thankfully, there isn't really a line. Just one person with their dog was pulling away. Gotta love how they take orders.
Thank you for choosing Coffee and Bagels. Are you a search member with us?
No.
Alright, what can I get for you?
I'll have 2 small hot chocolates.
Dark white or milk chocolate?
What is it?
Dark white or milk chocolate?
Milk chocolate, please.
Alright, what else can I get for you?
Let me have 2 plain bagels with cream cheese, light on the cream cheese, toasted.
2 plain bagels with plain cream cheese, light cream cheese, and toasted. What else can I get for you?
I'm gonna have a medium caramel high-rise blended,
Alright,
and then I'll have a medium caramel high-rise hot,
alright.
and
What else
then
can I get for you?
I will have a. Do you have Asiago bagels?
Yes, we do.
I'll have one of those, please, with plain cream cheese, toasted, light on the cream cheese.
Alright, what else can I get for you?
Let me see. I'll have an everything bagel with that jalapeno cream cheese, but on the side, and toasted as well.
Alright, what else can I get for you?
That should be it for today. Thank you.
Your total comes to $31.27.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know that I should have ordered the bagel or not. I usually like spicy stuff in the morning. Gosh, yawn number 4. Really? I should be giving you a prize to put up with my yawning. Tell me in the comments what my prize would be. And don't say that it should be a shot of tequila, because I don't think I'd survive with all the yawning I'm doing. So, would you bill someone for your work, for your time, if you're picking up coffee on your way from picking up supplies? I mean, after all, it's not like it's taking you forever. It's only like a side little trip of 5 minutes or so, deviation from your regular. Dang, that's what I forgot. Dude, I forgot to get a gift. I was thinking about it. Shoot. Okay, I need to go buy a gift. Anyways, so the answer to that is no. You don't charge for the time that you're going to use buying your own coffee. And honestly, I don't think that you should charge for the time that it takes you to go buy the supplies. I think that's what part of your pricing has to do with. Hi there.
3127. You can sign the card right through here.
Yes, please.
And then someone else had their receipt printed out with a survey that can be taken to get $1 off a drink. You didn't get that, but you can use theirs because they didn't want it. Would you like that?
I will. Thank
All right,
you.
Sounds good. Here's that for you.
Okie doke.
And would you like a drink here?
Yes, please.
All right.
Thank you. So anyways, I think that what you pay yourself on an hourly rate has to do with the time that you're taking, that you're working, right? So you also obviously have gas, you have wear and tear on your vehicle. So when you're making your treats, those are the things that you have to consider, but you're not charging your customers for. Because let's say you're not going to be making a trip for every customer, hopefully. You know, once you start.
All right. There are all of your drinks.
Thank you very much.
And your bagels will be right out front.
Okay, I appreciate that. Once.
Just grab one right out of there.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. If you're just starting out, you know, it's one thing, but the reality is that hopefully you'll be buying things in bulk, or at least enough to make more than a dozen, 2 dozen of something. So I would say, you know, you just aren't going to be charging a trip fee of grocery shopping every time you're making desserts. Because at the end of the day, this is what happens really. You start running your own errands. You know, I was in there to go get supplies, and I ended up getting things for my home, for my personal use, like the orange juice. And for the taco shop, when I wasn't planning to shop for the taco shop. So this is why I wouldn't include it personally. You are going to have to make that determination and set a rate of your expenses, of how much gas you're spending every month, and then divide it by 30 days, you know, because some, you know, February sometimes has 28, 29 days, and other months have 31. So do a fair 30 across the board when you're dividing, I would say. So keep an eye on track your expenses, you know, your monthly gas, your wear and tear on your vehicle and whatnot. Your mileage is a good idea too, to keep, just so that you know what goes into making the treats that you're making. But to give you an example, like right now I'm out here, and because this is the city where I can buy more things, I'm not gonna make another trip. I have a birthday gift that I want to get for a friend whose birthday it was yesterday, but because I was working, really couldn't get it to see her. But tonight there's going to be a bonfire, so I'll have the opportunity to go and take her a gift. And I wanted to stop by to get her something, so that's what I'll be doing right now. And I probably won't take you on that shopping experience because that one might take me a little while. But I hope this was helpful. I know it was a long video, and we really didn't get to talk face to face. But sometimes that's how it goes. You're on the run. You're doing things. This is part of life, honestly. And what I love about this video, honestly, is the fact that you can just go for a walk, and you know you don't even have to watch what I'm doing, because it's not about you having to learn anything here visually, at least. But hopefully the conversation has been helpful. Any questions that you have, feel free to add it to the comments or send me an email. I would love to know what kinds of things you may or may not find yourself getting distracted when you're going out to purchase things. If you stay focused and stick to your list and then go home and do your treats, or what is it like for you? Like, what do you do? I would love to know about that. Yeah, so with that, I am going to probably start my birthday shopping journey at Hobby Lobby. And it's not like it's going to be a long trip either. I kind of already know what I want to get this person. I just don't want to drag you along through that. And we can continue more conversations in other videos. But yes, let's do that. I know I can't even stay long because I have to go drop off these hot chocolates and coffee bagels and stuff like that for the van. Alright guys, well remember this has been Carmen from One Tasty Treat, and the next videos that I make will be more on the treats that we talked about today, which is the oh, and I forgot, I'm trying out to make a dome, half a dome well, dome cake. I didn't have much batter left because I was making the red velvet that I told you guys. So I'm like, I need to practice this. I want to see if I can make a dinosaur, and I will be covering it, the dome, with fondant. So we'll see how that turns out. So I'll make a video of that, that dome, just practice one, which is going to be for nobody, but still just to kind of show you my mistakes or goof ups, bloopers, if you will. And then we're going to do the video with the red velvet cake pops, ice cream cake pops, and then the cheesecake cups that I was talking about, which is why I came over here in the first place, to get ingredients for it. Alright, well I hope you have a great day. Take care, and I will see you on the next video.